Hello everybody, this is Farrageist. Today I'm going to be playing Marathon. Marathon is Bungie's first-person shooter from 1994. One of my favorite games. Most of the story is told through the console that you see in front of you. I'm going to be skipping most of them for today. It's one of the first games that uses physics, which is really cool. Most of the time these little green guys take about 3 hits to kill with your fist. So they have it set up so that if you run, you could kill them in one shot. Allows you to save your ammunition for some of the tougher guys. Ouch. I'm getting my ass handed to me already. Ammunition in this game is better than in some others, but still fairly scarce. You start out with a pistol, 8 shots, very similar to the pistol used in Halo. Now the green guys just hit you with melee attacks. There's also purple. The orange and later levels, the blue the blue enemies shoot projectiles using the same weapon. This is your save station. Now the first level is much bigger than I'm showing right now, and can take quite a while to finish. As I said, here is another console. Now most of the story goes through that. As I said, I'm going to be skipping those for today. Sort of speed running. Similar to a lot of the FPSs at the time. You got secrets. This is also a good place to sit to avoid the projectile. Oh. The game's not supposed to glitch like that. Now, Marathon does have an extremely in-depth story. And I spent quite a bit of time looking it up. For anyone who is interested, the game is available free online. I will put a link in the description, along with its sequels, Marathon 2 Durandal and Marathon Infinity. Missed. So exits from levels are handled through consoles as well. There is no reload, there's no jump, there's no crouch, and initially mouse support was terrible in this game, which led to primarily playing through 10 key, so the keypad on the side of the keyboard. Purpose of this level is to get a assault rifle, which is very inaccurate and has much less available ammunition. Here you can see one of the purple enemies. They take about twice the number of shots to kill. And here is an energy recharge station that builds your shields. You can see the shields and oxygen in the lower level. There are also other switches, such as that one, which turn the light off. Now, right now, I just picked up the machine gun. Crosshair was an added feature in the Aleph One version. Bungie released the game shortly before partnering with Microsoft to open source. So it is now available on all platforms, from the Windows to Linux to mobile and Xbox. Marathon 2 specifically is available on Xbox. And you can see that there are switches that must be hit in order to access different parts of levels. One of the ways that this differed from the other similar sprite-based first-person shooters of the time is the ability to actually have the mouse look. So you could look up and down. There are physics in there, so the grenades, for example, are each tracked as an individual object. Everything in the game is low gravity, so they developed what was known as the grenade hop, which later was evolved into the rocket jump. There you can see one of the blue characters. The blue enemies fire their projectiles about twice the rate of the red enemies, and take a lot more damage before they die. So you can see very early on, Bungie liked to color code its enemies. Down in the lower left-hand side of the screen, you can see a auto map. Well, not an auto map, but a sort of like a motion sensor radar. Now, this is one of my favorite levels from the game. It's got a lot of enemies. Especially in comparison to the first level, where you seem to run around and you can get through it very quickly. This one, enemies will come up from behind. You never know when you're going to run out of ammunition. Now, there are a ton of secrets in this game. I don't think I've ever found all of them. But could probably spend a half hour per level at least, just figuring out the ins and outs of every level. Two things I wish this game would have incorporated would be a... I'm dead. Reload button and a jump key. So you can see I am now back at the last save point. And all of those enemies will be back. This is one of the first games that used the secondary trigger function. Where is that guy coming from? Later on in the game, you can pick up a second pistol, which is very helpful. Right there is a little night vision module. However, it's difficult to get to. Usually requires grenade hopping, which has the potential to do more damage than help, so I tend to avoid it. So the primary enemies in this game are called the Four. Those are the little three-eyed cricket-looking characters. As well, you have the Spit, which are the weird-looking robed characters. They're cybernetic organisms that are enslaved by the Four. Wish the reloads were shorter as well. At this point, I have about half of the pistol ammunition that I started with, and still have a number of enemies that will be dropping down on me. Oh. And now I'm stuck between them again. Gonna try and back up, give myself a little bit more room. I'm down to 1 assault rifle magazine and 2 grenade magazines. And almost no health. I love the sound when you hit them with the grenades. That little splash is just really satisfying. I think this is a story terminal. Oh, there we go. Now switches can also be punched or hit with grenades and certain other ammo types. So on to level 3. So first thing I'm going to do is save. Usually the first terminal will give you an objective. So for this mission, the objective is to pick up a couple of computer chips that'll allow you to reactivate the ship's defenses. luckily most of the enemies that you run into are relatively weak. But there are enough of them that it makes life very interesting. I'm about to get surrounded. I've got one hit left and I'm dead. And now I'm down to whatever's in the gun as far as ammunition for the assault rifle. And one pistol magazine left. And there's still enemies coming. Alright, so that activates the elevator. I know there's an energy recharge station somewhere in this area. Might be down those stairs. Let's see. Also could use more ammo. So I have 10 rounds left. Ah, thank goodness. Alright. So energy's up. And should be good. No, one of those fans will open up and secret area. Ah, it hit me. For the time, the lighting is excellent. Very creepy. Doesn't allow you to see much. I'm going to be down to pistols in a second. Ah, there we go. Oh boy. Oh, no. That hurt. I am almost dead. So this would be a good time to run away. Oh, purple. Alright, let's see if I can find my way back to that energy recharge station. Well, I was hoping to get through this level a bit faster. At this point, I am down to basically punching. There's one of the chips. Should be one more chip down here somewhere. I think I've taken care of the majority of the enemies on this level. Alright, there's a couple of magazines. That'll be very helpful. And there's a second chip. So now we head back up. Okay, should have enough ammo to survive the rest of the level. Now we head up, and this where this little flashing light is a elevator. see if there's any more ammunition anywhere. So the last chip should be up here somewhere. Mouse is a little finicky. And very similar to the assault rifle in the original Halo. It's extremely inaccurate. Love the little bugs that shoot the crap at you. Ah. Nothing like getting killed by a face full of moth shit. Enemies' projectiles are fairly slow, which makes them fairly easy to dodge, but last magazine again. Crap. Back down the wall. Okay. And I'm out of grenades. Another energy recharge station. Save point. As I said, the assault rifle, very similar to the assault rifle in Halo. Inaccurate. Kind of a pain in the rear end. Alright. Nope, not that one. Nope. Maybe it is this one. Alright, a couple more magazines for the assault rifle. It's good for groups. Not always the best for facing off against individuals. Alright, and there's the third chip. Gonna get out of this level. And that's the first 3 levels of Marathon, which concludes the first chapter. So, that's about all the time I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to take into account some of the comments that I received from the last video that I made. Hopefully there have been some improvements. If you like it, let me know anything that you'd like to see different, anything that you liked about it. Let me know in the comments. As I said, I will leave a link to the site where you can download Aleph One as well as the Marathon trilogy. And if you'd like to see more, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let me know, and I'll see you some point in the future. Bye.